my name's Chris and I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on how to use the batch function in the Blackbox Portal. There seems to be quite a few questions come up on the Facebook group, so I thought I'd just have a quick run through on how to use it and how powerful it can be to save time and be more efficient in the way you do things. So let's have a look. Here we are in the Blackbox Portal. So the first thing you want to do is upload some clips, and you want to see if you can get some similar clips so that the batch function is actually useful. So the first thing that we do is select all of these clips because they're the ones I'm going to be putting in to the batch, and we head over here to create batch name. Click on that and just give it a name. So I'll give it, these are all about gardening, so I'll just call it gardening. That'll do. Doesn't really matter what you call it at all. Press create. And now you can see here under batch name, they all have the name gardening. Now the next thing that we do is we can just go into one of these. I'll just go into the top one and you click the edit button. And I'm going to go through each one, because each selection here, because you can actually use anything that's got a checkbox next to it, you can use in your batch. Alright, so I'll just deselect all those for a start. And the first one we'll look at is editorial. So what we'd do there is you just enter in your details, so watering plant, and then you put in your city. I live in Geelong, in Victoria, Australia, and today's date. And what that does is, all of those, once you press save, it'll come up and say, other clips in the batch gardening will have the same data as the selected apply to batch fields. So do you want to proceed? Yes or no? Say yes. All right, so when you go back here, you go back to your workspace, I can go into, say, the second one and press edit there. And you can see that all of the editorial captions have all been filled out with that batch. So that's obviously very useful. Okay, so we can go on to, say, now the description, you probably don't want to use this in batches because you want all your descriptions to be different. You don't want them to be the same. You might, for this one, maybe if you want them all to start with something like they're all point of view, so maybe put POV in it. Up to you. But I usually leave that blank. Next one, keywords. This is very helpful. Obviously you want each entry to be different, but there's going to be a lot of similar keywords that you're going to use throughout your batch. So for this one, for instance, they'll definitely have the words watering and water and plant and garden and tree and green bark, soft fall maybe. Yeah, and you get the idea. So, and then when you go back to the home screen, so you can save that again. Yes. And hit return, go back. You can see that the keywords are starting to be populated there. And you can just go into the other ones and add the individual ones that you want for those clips. All right, if we go back into edit, so the next one, obviously category is very useful. These are all going to be the same category, so we could just use, what have we got? Nature. Camera type, obviously. Now these default, I usually use, these are all done with a micro four thirds camera, but sometimes I'll do some drone shots maybe. So, or I might be using my phone, and you can change that. So say we'll change it to Apple, an Apple phone, just for instance, and then we can click on that, and then all of those entries will have the same camera type. So it's a quick and easy way to change that, because I always default to your main one, which is set up in settings. Releases, definitely very helpful. All right, so there's no model release. Say I want to use, again, I might want to attach a property release. So you can attach your property release to that. So just for instance, I've uploaded this one. I can pop that one on there. There's actually our house. So there you go. So add that up, press save, and then all of those selected batch clips will have the property release. And the same for revenue shares. So say if you have collaborated with somebody else and you want to add a sharer, then all of those clips will have the same. And that's one of the most useful things probably, is because if you've got 120 clips that you've got to do collaborations for, you don't want to be going in and adding the sharer for each one. So it's very useful to be able to just click on that, do it once, and it'll apply to all of them. Okay, so save that, yes, return. And then now what you can do is once you've got all this stuff here, you can just work from the main screen. So you can click on here and start adding. So POV, so point of view, shot of man, oh, you don't have to say man, of gardener watering plants. Oh my God, my typing's terrible. Plants. Yeah, and then whatever else you can think of. Watering, okay, we'll say watering gum tree. Watering newly planted gum tree in yard. There you go. And then you can start adding more keywords if you want. So obviously I need to add a lot more. So yes, you can put in gum tree or gum, and what else have we got? POV, and you can put in point of view, and so on and so forth. And just save that, and there you go. And it's all done. And once you've completed all those, you can just go to submit all and click, and they're all done, and it saves you so much time. So I hope this was useful. Yeah, I hope that clears it up. It's really quite powerful and very simple. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Cheers.